Alright, good day, hi and welcome. Okay, so I'm just coming out of the gym. Everybody's they're doing all kinds of renovations on the hall, so whatever it is. So just coming out of the Temple of Iron, and of course they moved the... One thing you have to understand about this local gym, this amazing $5 gym, is that although it is the Temple of Iron, and they've now even put an altar in there, a literal altar. It's probably came out of that church that's storing it in the basement. But you have to understand, this magnificent $5 Temple of Iron is not above becoming a storage area, because it is technically the storage area of the hall. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I got to work around it. That's fine. Okay, so subject for today, Synthol. Injecting your muscles with Synthol. Should that be, let's check out the nice church here. Should that be illegal? Should that be something that people should do or not do? What is Synthol? It's basically some sort of synthetic oil, obviously, that bodybuilders pump into their muscles to either even them out, to make them look more proportional, or to make them look ridiculously freakish big. And there seems to be a lot of people that take it to the extreme and end up having to get muscles chopped off because their muscles rot. It looks like they rot. They get infected and then they rot. They have to cut the muscles off their arms. It bulks out the muscle, whatever this oil is. I don't know the composite of the oil, obviously it's synthetic. But with that said, how safe is this stuff to use? Obviously people are using it with success, but what's the threshold? How do they drain it? I know they use doctors to drain it. And if you drain it, is there still, what residue gets left over? Does that work its way out through your pores? I don't know. But you can look into it yourself. But the idea of using it in the first place. Some bodybuilders seem to have the opinion that it's just for people who are too lazy to put in the work. Other people is for their genetics won't allow them to become this massive hulking looking thing. So they resort to that. Others think it's just body dysmorphia, I guess. To me, I'm more of the third one, that it's probably a form of some sort of psychological body dysmorphia. Because you'll see guys, they pump it into their arms, but then, it's so disproportional because they have a body about the size of mine, which there's nothing wrong with that. But then they got these arms that are like 24 inch, 28 inch, or something stupid like that. They just look like balloons. They're not even... don't even look like muscles. They just look so disproportional. That it's freakish looking. Now the extreme professional bodybuilders, I guess they probably have some sort of doctor or something that they probably hire, or a coach or something that works all the mathematics out for them or whatever, and the risk assessment and everything, that probably have somebody coaching them properly how to use the stuff properly. But should it be used? I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose of bodybuilding if you're going to use things like, say, plastic surgery or synthetic oil. To me, I don't know, maybe I'm being a purist or a snob. And again, I understand that I'm not one of these, I don't look like Lou Ferrigno or Hulk Hogan or Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatever, Lee Haney. I don't look like those guys. I get that. But that's not really my goal anyway. But, a bit of wind. Sorry about the wind. But it's a nice day. I got to get the vitamin D. I've been cooped up all winter. Still a lot of snow. It's just, what's your opinion on this Synthol stuff? Should it be used in bodybuilding at all? Should it be outlawed? Should it be banned? Do you think there's enough education for the health risks of this? Because obviously this stuff, what happens when they have to cut your bicep muscles off? That can't grow back, can it? Maybe a little bit, but that would be pretty debilitating to only have maybe an 1/8 inch of muscle enough just to function your arms. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think. There's I call him a kid, he's a young man or whatever, in Russia. This guy was really freakish looking to begin with. I think he had a lot more psychological problems going on anyway. And the doctors warned him not to do that, and to get his arms drained, and he didn't. And then you see you'll see pictures of people, they'll have their arms. You'll see some pictures, their arms, well, they don't look normal, obviously. They're all, bloated out with the oil. So it makes them look like they got these big arms, but they don't. But then after a while, the arms start turning like a reddish color. I guess that's the infection starting. And I don't know what the cost would be to get this stuff put into you to begin with, but I would imagine a lot of traffic today. It's a nice day. But I would imagine that at some point, like you put it in there for a limit XYZ amount of time, then you have it drained out, and then there must be some sort of procedure to clean all that stuff out. So I can't imagine it's cheap to do either. So that said, obviously there should be some regulation on it. Now, again, if you're going to research this stuff, don't do it with little kids around, because like people's arms, like they get infected and it actually cracks the skin and it bursts open and you can see the inside of the muscles and everything. Nothing cool about that at all. So yeah, it is pretty graphic to look at. So just if you research it, just so you know, just for the heads up. But yeah, no, I'd just be interested in your opinions on this stuff. Why would people go to that extreme? Well, I can understand why people go to extremes, but yeah, do you think there should be? Do you think it should be outlawed? I know it's a controversial topic because obviously people, if you have no regulation on anything, people will just gravitate to toxic behavior if it's just out there for the taking, right? So I don't know. You tell. I don't know. I don't see it as a good thing. I just can't imagine injecting something like that into your body. But then again, what's the difference between that and plastic surgery, right? So. Well, plastic surgery though might be different. Or now, is this the same type of stuff? The Synthol, is this the same stuff that they use for breast implants, like the silicone? I don't know if it's the same type of oil or whatever, because I remember all the health problems with that. Yeah, but anyway, I'll leave it at that. So, what's your opinions on this stuff? Should they be allowed to use it or not? Your take. All right. Have a great day.